time of Face2Face Poker. Now the industry's only professional podcast with Peter Sharkey and John Peters.
Welcome, one and all. Trust you're well. In the podcast, two long-standing members of the community, Malcolm Roden and Oonagh O'Hanlon, talk Birthday Bash and the forum, of course. We offer some great poker prizes, and Peter has some very useful info.
Indeed, I have, John. Well, as you know, we all love online poker and we all understand the reasons for its continued growth. But if there's one dimension missing, it's face-to-face contact with your opponents. The opportunity to watch their tells, sense their fear, or to gauge their reaction to an outrageous bluff has been missing. Until now. 888 Poker are delighted to announce the launch of their face-to-face poker games, where you can now watch your opponents and study their play, their style, their response. That's right. Take a look at the list of the games in the lobby. Any with the PokerCam icon next to them presents you with the opportunity to play face-to-face against your opponents. Don't have a PokerCam? Listen up. We're giving you the opportunity to win one of 10 PokerCams. That's right, 10. You could be one of the first playing face-to-face here on 888 Poker. And what better way for you to win than to enter a special free roll tournament where these fabulous PokerCams can be won. So, you got to listen out now for a clip from a very famous song, remember the title, and keep listening to the 888 Poker podcast, and I'll explain how to use that information a little later on.
Sounds fascinating. Thanks for that, Peter. And in just a moment, literally in seconds, I'll be chatting to the long-standing community legend, shall we say, the myth that is Malcolm Roden.
Let's keep the magic rolling.
This is 888 Poker.
Now, one thing that really hits home with the 888 Poker Forum here is that feeling of matiness, sort of joviality, and that people actually get to know each other. Malcolm Roden is a great example of that, fantastic example, and is one of the organisers of the famed Birthday Bash, and joins us now on the phone. Thanks for your time, Malcolm. And first of all, what was the bash for those that sort of didn't get to hear about it or weren't sort of in on the know, shall we say?
Well, the community forum was formed about 6 years ago. They came into it just after the first celebration of their Birthday Bash last March of 2010, and that was organised by a couple of other members, Wiggy, and he had a great input into this year's as well.
Good old Wiggy, he's everywhere. I see the Wiggy blogs as well. He's a very strong member of the community, isn't he?
Oh, he is a superb strength to everybody. He's supported everybody from the beginning as new players like myself. He gave me a great deal of confidence in my game, doing strategies and posts to help me improve, and to be honest, if it wasn't for Wiggy, I wouldn't still be playing poker.
Can't say much higher praise than that. People are clearly more than just usernames, which can be the case elsewhere, though, and players get on really, really well. Why do you think that is, Malcolm?
There's all walks of life, all ages, all abilities, and they're just all so supportive of each other. If somebody wins, if somebody loses, if somebody needs help, the forum is absolutely fantastic. It isn't just about poker, it's about other things in your life that they get involved with. And any crisis anybody has, anybody needing any advice. I was
fascinated by Lambone's live teapot game, because am I right in thinking that you actually won that, didn't you, in a previous year, last year?
Yes, it's a great shame. I now have a space on my shelf that's got a square dust around it that I've now had to replace with this year's replacement teapot that he gave me. But I'll be fighting back for it next year. Okay, so basically he gets a teapot. There's the ceremonial teapot, shall we say, and then you play for it at the Birthday Bash on an annual basis. Is that right? That's correct. That's a live morning game we have at the hotel that the venue is close to. Just briefly tell us about the hospitality, sort of where you were, what it was like for the last Birthday Bash. Give us a snapshot of that. The hotel was brilliant. The facilities were fantastic. Everybody was able to get there. Because I live near the hotel and the casino, I was able to advise people travel and hotel costs and got extremely good rates for them. And it was exceptionally good all round. And it's as if when we've all met for the first time, we'd only ever spoken over online with the chat boxes, but this was the first get-together. It's as if we've known each other all our lives. Lambone himself has become a very, very close friend of mine, and we regularly keep in touch. And he is such a fantastic person, and everybody's like that. They were all cheering, happy, happy that people were winning, happy if they didn't win because they'd had such a fantastic time.
Yes, and I get the drinks were accommodating, shall we say, I understand, from reading some of Lambone's blogging from there, which is a really nice, warm piece, I thought. Obviously, you got to catch up with Sean, the community manager, who's a lovely chap, and obviously sort of paid me to say that. And and I know you had a visit from the darts legend Phil the Power Taylor, didn't you?
Oh, we did. He arrived on the Sunday to start the Sunday game and present everybody the opening of the game. He's a local hero in Stoke-on-Trent to everybody. So even the casino actually sent me several emails afterwards thanking us for having him there, as all of the members appreciated his appearance as well of the casino.
And of course, from the community, our thanks to you, Malcolm, as well for your sterling work, and we hope you carry on enjoying the great poker there.
I certainly will, and I appreciate the time that 888 and Sean this year put into it. They put a huge amount of prizes up and additional money into the prize pool. It was an absolutely fantastic weekend, and Sean is a great asset, and he hasn't paid me to say this. He is a great asset to the community.
Yeah.
He's always there for everybody, and hats off to him and 888. They made it a very special birthday bash this year. Thank you very much for your time, John.
A real community with the friendliest forums and regular poker blogs. You're on 888 Poker.
This is the official 888 Poker podcast. Won't be too long until you have a clip of a song which will help you win.
Messi can put Barca one up. Lionel Messi, the golden ball, gets the first goal for Barcelona. It's been coming. We'll wait to see.
Oh, that gets the hairs on the back of your neck going, doesn't it, John? Hey, who do you fancy playing for? Inter Milan, Real Madrid, Tottenham, Manchester United? Well, with 888 Poker, you can play for any one of these world-famous teams and put your striking ability to the test at the poker tables. From the beginning of April, we're adding our unique Teams Poker tournaments to our weekly playing schedule. They come with the added attraction of ultra-low buy-ins and tasty-looking prize pools of $1,000 and upwards. Teams Poker gives you the chance to join the team of your choice. It could be Barcelona, it could be Chelsea, and you could be winning big. So how does it work?
Well, essentially, Teams Poker tournaments are just the same as our regular poker tournaments, except in this case, half of the prize pool is divided between individual winners, and the other half is then distributed amongst the players of the winning team. In other words, even if you get eliminated at the early stages of a Teams Poker tourney, you may still share in your team's prize.
Sound attractive? We think so. And we also reckon, for those who consider themselves good enough to play for Tottenham or Barcelona, it promises to be the equivalent of scoring a screamer, only at the poker table and without a whiff of kicker trouble. Now, when registering to play in a Teams Poker tournament, you have to join a team. You must tell us who you're going to want to play for. The forthcoming head-to-head tournaments include Chelsea versus Manchester United, Real Madrid versus Barcelona, for example, as well as a host of others. You'll see the forthcoming tourneys and details of the prize pool and buy-ins in the lobby under Teams Poker.
And just like standard poker games, players need to win chips and knock out competitors. That bit, obviously, you know. However, at the same time, 888 Poker calculates teams' scores. These are based on the average points accumulated by players in each team. At the end of the tournament, 50% of the prize pool is collected by the winners and the balance given to the players on the winning team. So, even if you're knocked out in the early stages, hang around to cheer your teammates on. You're on their side and they could be winning big for you.
Indeed they could. Let's play that goal-scoring clip again, John.
Messi can put Barca one up. Lionel Messi, the golden ball, gets the first goal for Barcelona. It's been coming. We'll wait to see.
God, those hairs on the back of my neck are at it again.
This is 888 Poker.
I'm pleased to say that another member of the 888 Poker community is with me, the player of the tournament series, no less, Oonagh O'Hanlon. Welcome, Oonagh.
Hello.
Hi. How long have you been playing with 888 Poker first?
Consistently now for about 2 years, and I sort of jumped in and out for 2 years before that. I started out with free rolls and learnt the basics as I went along, but as I said, seriously for 2 years now.
Okay. Well, what is it you like about the forum in particular?
It definitely has a family feel, community feel, where everybody looks after each other, helps each other out, and I got chatting to people, invited to join the games, and it went from there. And I've learned a lot along the way.
Yeah, I was going to say, that sort of leads me nicely into the next question. I mean, in terms of your own game, Oonagh, what's the most useful tip that you think you've picked up through being around that forum?
I didn't have enough confidence in my game. and I was making mistakes and falling by the wayside. What helped was actually joining in the community games with people that I'd been chatting to in the forum area. And they started to mention, well, you should have done this here, if you'd bet more there, I would have folded. And I learned to bring the confidence into my game and to get me up into the cash places, because apart from that, you know, I knew what I was doing. I just wasn't aggressive enough at the right times, and that I've gradually learned through the games with the community.
Can you give us a sense, just briefly, of some of the friendships that you've made through it?
Robert BH.
Okay.
She is one of my closest friends now, and we visit each other regularly, and we always turn up at the live tournaments together. It all started when we went to the first birthday bash, and everybody met each other for the first time, seeing faces and putting names to faces to usernames, and it just goes on from there. And there are more people coming in that we get to know, and the community is getting larger, and so is the family feel. Yeah, fantastic. It's certainly something that's going from strength to strength, and really good to hear your experiences. For the time being, Oonagh, thanks ever so much for your time. You're welcome. Anytime. Well, we edge ever closer to that all-important song clip that we mentioned earlier. Wait for it, and soon enough, Peter and I will lay out details of what you do next.
Indeed we will, but beforehand, John, it's that time of the year again. It's a time when you have to get yourself to the promotions tab on the 888 Poker site, because coming up, it's a total prize pool of $180 million. It couldn't be anything else, really, could it, other than the World Series of Poker in Vegas, scheduled to start later this year. And you can actually win a seat in an all-expenses package to the WSOP worth $15,500. There are two ways in which you can do it. You can work your way through the top. You can actually play in a satellite tournament every 2 hours, which start at just $1.10 to get you a seat in the qualifier, or you can get straight to the point, skip the qualifier, and play to win our WSOP package. A buy into the qualifier costs $525. As I say, you must hit the tournaments tab on the World Series of Poker 2011 qualifier. What do you get? $10,000 entry fee to the WSOP main event, and your chance to win upwards of $8 million, perhaps even more. Could be a wee bit less, of course, but that's unlikely. There's a $2,000 for travel, which is paid into your 888 Poker account. You get $500 worth of spending money, which is given to you in cash. You get 10 nights at the Palazzo Hotel, magnificent Palazzo Hotel, I should say. You have breakfast every day at the Grand Lux Cafe at the Palazzo Hotel for two. You get loads of merchandise, and you also get an invite to a special VIP event on the 7th of July. All you got to do, get yourself over to the promotions tab on the 888 Poker site and click on WSOP 2011. And good luck.
This is the official 888 Poker Podcast.
What are your winning tactics?
Bet low to start with and then get everybody else absolutely hammered.
Winning tactics is to completely fool people a couple of times during the game, so they can't predict late in the game whether or not you're actually going for their pot or whether you're actually bluffing.
The big promotion.
The winner takes it all. The loser standing small beside the victory. That's her destiny. I was in your arms.
ABBA there, playing one of John's all-time favourites. Isn't that right, John?
Oh, thanks a lot, Peter. Yes, yeah. That's 15
now listen,
love. Yeah.
To enter this free-roll tournament where we have 10 poker cams up for grabs, all you must do is enter the title of ABBA's really famous song, one of John's favourites, into the thread below where you click to play this podcast. The link is called Playing to a Different Beat. So go on that link, give us your 888 Poker username, and give us the title of ABBA's song.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening. Remember to enter the song title, as Peter has just explained, your username as well, those two vital pieces of information in the place we described, that thread called Playing to a Different Beat. Thanks to Oonagh, thanks to Malcolm, and of course thanks to you, and we'll catch you soon.